Hi, I'm Brittany Clement and I will be discussing the Rh factor and the effects it has on infants. As Teresa mentioned earlier, she talked about our different types of blood, and the Rh factor is something else that can be found in our blood. Rh factor, or the rhesus factor, is an inherited protein found on the surface of red blood cells. If your blood has the protein, you're Rh positive. If your blood lacks the protein, you're Rh negative. If an individual is Rh positive, they are producing the Rh antigen, whereas Rh negative does not. This is a picture of a Rh positive and an Rh negative blood cells. You can definitely see where the Rh positive has the proteins on top and the Rh negative does not have them. In everyone's blood, the most common to be found is the Rh positive factor. Rh factor, along with A and B antigens, can be found on the surface of red blood cells. The correct blood, Rh positive or Rh negative, must be matched before giving any type of a transfusion. If a mother is Rh negative and a father is Rh positive, the baby she is carrying could potentially be Rh positive, and this is where problems start to and can occur. In this diagram, you can see that the father is Rh positive while the mother is Rh negative, and the baby inside of her is Rh positive as well. The third picture shows her body producing the Rh antigens to fight off what the blood was left in her body. The fourth picture shows the second fetus that she's having and how her body is trying to fight off the fetus that is in there with the antigens. Normally, the first pregnancy for a mother does not affect the fetus she is carrying with the Rh factor. It's when the second pregnancy sets in is where something can start to happen. When the mother gives birth to the first fetus, Rh positive blood from the fetus can mix with the mother's Rh negative blood. Now you need to remember this is only if the baby is Rh positive, considering one of the parents being positive and negative. Now, if the blood mixes with the mother's body will start to form anti-Rh antibodies over the next couple months after birth. If the mother gets pregnant a second time, this is where it can really start to affect the newborn. In the second pregnancy, if the next baby happens to be Rh positive again, the mother's body has already and will continue to produce Rh antibodies, which can cross with the placenta and damage the baby's red blood cells. This result can be stillborn, which is death, jaundice, and hemolytic disease of the newborn, which means anemia and it is life-threatening. As this starts to occur, it reduces oxygen to the baby and bilirubin is produced and increases, which, as we know, can halter brain development and the baby can be born brain dead. As I mentioned earlier, the hemolytic disease of the newborn is anemia, and anemia is when there are not enough red blood cells produced. If this is not treated, any additional pregnancy can produce in more severe cases of anemia, which means if the mother proceeds to have more children, the anemia will increase and get worse with each child down the line. In this diagram, you can see where the Rh factor is affecting the baby and the antigens are beginning to produce and fight off the baby's blood. The effects that I just mentioned can actually be avoided with a simple injection that can be given to the mother during 7 months term while she's pregnant. The serum contains antibodies against the Rh antigens, which kills the Rh positive cells in the mother so as not to affect the fetus. Now, these effects that I mentioned can only occur if one partner happens to be Rh positive and the other parent happens to be Rh negative, and the baby happens to be opposite of what the mother is. Now, these effects are rare, but they do happen, so please just be cautious of what kind of blood type you are, and that's why it is so important to know your type and to know if you are Rh positive or Rh negative. Thank you.